So
the nitty-gritties of the business is always intriguing to me. So when you start now Starship, you've settled out with Paul. Now it's a new entity. Does it get new ownership? Does that get realigned? So now are you part owner, founding member of the new entity? Is that how that works?
Kind of.
Kind of. Right,
it became very convoluted. As far as the touring revenues from that point on, we formed a separate corporation for that. But the recording contract, as we move forward as Starship, we still had the same record label. So the recording deal was still under the Jefferson Starship Inc. Entity as a corporation.
Okay.
So we kind of had to go through a couple of more lawsuits around that.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I mean, you're making new albums, but yet you're making new albums, but he's still getting a piece, right?
Yeah, and it got really messy. And then when we officially disbanded in 1990, we kind of just all went our separate ways, and nobody thought about continuing on as Starship. So until I started doing it in 1992 as Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. So then I actually own the Starship name now. But I continue to sort of attach my name to it. I don't legally have to do that. I could just say Starship, but I do it so as to try to clear up any confusion that might be out there so people know who they're seeing or what they're going to see. Because as you know, there is another entity out there still performing and touring as a Jefferson Starship, which I think is illegal, but they're doing it anyway. So anyway, sometimes there's some confusion, with the public.
Yeah.
I hear all the time, like, people go to see Jefferson Starship and think they're going to see me, and then it's not me. So that's why I like to say Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, so people can make the distinction between the two different bands.
Famously, the Temptations had this issue, and so many other bands where who owns what, and but you're smart to put your name on there, and the fact that you own Starship is great, though. I mean, you are Starship.
And that other act doesn't have a Jeff Adams or a John Roth.
That's right.
That's a big deal.
That's right.
They don't have a Jeff Adams or a John Roth or a Phil Bennett on keyboards, who is a great player, or Daryl Verduzco on drums, which absolutely. They are. No offense, but what really gets my goat is when they start trying to. Well, they don't try. They actually perform Starship songs in their live show now, and it's not a pretty sight. I must admit. and I'm not trying to be ugly about it or mean about it, because I see this stuff on YouTube, and I'm just thinking, like, you guys should maybe stick to what you do best and kind of leave the Starship songs alone, because
it's a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
You can't replace Mickey Thomas. You can't.
In 92, when you start this iteration of the band, who are the members at that time?
That was Daryl Verduzco.
Okay, so he's been with you since
for over 35 years. Phil Bennett on keyboards, who has been with me for over 35 years.
Awesome.
And then Jeff Adams joined in 2000, so he's been with me 25 years.
Wow.